We are starting the SAP HANA DB administration part here. So HANA, what is HANA? So HANA is one of the database. So we have in the market, we have the multiple databases are there. So SQL Server, Oracle, right? So then DB2, MaxDB, and so we have the so multiple databases are there in that. So HANA DB, Sybase also one of the database. Then HANA. So HANA also released. So why nowadays everybody is keenly interested in the HANA database? So what is the advantages of using the HANA database here? So HANA database is an in-memory column-oriented relational database management system. This database developed and marketed by SAP SE is the company. Okay. So SAP SE is the company here, developed and marketed by here. So here, the two main things you need to understand here. So in memory here, in memory and column oriented, right? In memory, the column oriented here, the column oriented here. In memory, the column oriented. So what is this in memory and column oriented here? So in memory means in the HANA database, data, the business data will be saved in the in memory format only, not in the disk, right? So other databases will store the data in disk layer, either C drive or D drive or E drive, whatever the drives are there. It will create the folder structure at the operating system level in the drives. So then it will store the data. But especially for the HANA, it will store the data in RAM memory. Normally, we will call it as the in memory. In memory, it will store the data here. In memory, it will store the data here. So other databases, it will store the data in in the disk format, in the storage level, either row storage level, and it has the table. In the table, it has the rows and columns. But especially for the HANA database, it has only columns only. It has only column only. That's why it's a column oriented in memory relational database management system. Okay, so that is the main two things you need to remember. It's a in-memory database and data will be stored in the form of columns, column level, column oriented level. The data will be saved here, right? So the abbreviation of HANA is the high performance. In the database itself, we have the high performance. Then, so analytical analytical application, high performance analytical application here, right? So the high, H for high, an analytical, and A for application, high performance analytical application here, right? Analytical applications. So which means this is a high performance database. High performance database. High performance means so mainly what the customers will look like always, how speed, how fraction of seconds you are grabbing the data from you are pulling the data from the database level here, right? High performance analytical applications is an in-memory column-oriented relational database management system. So it's a developed and marketed by the SAP SE. The primary functions of the main function of the database is the primary function. So what is the database primary function here? So it's a primary function as software running on the database is store the data and retrieve the data as requested by the application. Storing the data which is coming from the application, and also same data should be retrieve the data here, store and retrieve the data by as mentioned by the applications here, right? So in sometimes applications will store the data. Applications is here SAP application. Whatever you do in the SAP level, it will store the data in database level. That's why SAP will depend on the database level. Retrieve the data means sometimes we may need the some data, we need some statistical reports and everything. So it will retrieve the data from the database level here. In addition to it, not only just storing and retrieve the data, in additions, it performs advanced analytics. It performs the analytics capabilities, text search, right? Then text analysis, streaming analysis, graphical data processing. They are the advanced analytical capabilities are there. It will perform it here, and also it includes the ETL capabilities. ETL means extraction, transform, and load the data. ETL capabilities, right? It's not only just storing and retrieving the data. It will perform the advanced analytics which required, right? Analytics means it's not in the correct format. In the text format, text search, text analytics, streaming analytics. There are the multiple analytics capabilities and ETL tools also available here. So the first demonstration, the first releases of the HANA database in 2010, the first version of the HANA database, the initial release. This is called the initial release. Initial release, they have done it here, right? So for today, the latest version 2025, the latest version is so SAP HANA. So normally 2.0 SPS 08 is the latest version in the market. This is the latest version in the market here. Initial release, so they have released into the HANA 1.0. So SPS 00 onwards, they have released into the market. Now today, almost 15 years. So they have changed multiple versions, and this is the stable version. 2 months back, this got released. SPS 08, right? SPS 08, this got released here. So the previous version 07 here. So it is available in the English, and also the license of the HANA database is proprietary, the commercial license here. It's not the free software, it's a commercial software, proprietary commercial software here. The developers are SAP, they have developed, so it's a combination of C++ programs, C and C++ programs here. Initial release 2010, right? That is the main thing of the here. So during the HANA, it's not their first development, first database, SAP database, SAP database, HANA is a SAP in memory, the successful database here. So before the HANA, the number of technologies were developed and acquired by SAP SE, the number of technologies SAP developed here before the HANA. So example, Trex, they have included the search engine concept in memory column oriented search engine, and also P time in memory online transactional processing that was also included. Then so there is a MaxDB database also they have released. It was the live cache related things here. So the first major demonstration when they released the initial release 2010, the major demonstration that has happened in the so 2011, after 1 year, so they have released, their customers started using the HANA database here, new database, HANA stable releases that is got created here, right? So like that every every year, every time, so they are releasing the new things, they are releasing to the market here. The key functions of this database is to store the data, to retrieve the data as requested by the applications here, right? The the HANA SAP systems are, it will store the data in the column oriented level in memory that combines the OLTP and OLAP operations into the one system, that is into the HANA is an So online transactional, online analytical processing database. So normally in the previously other databases, suppose if you take the database, in one database that is only possible to store the one transactions level data, either online transactions, another database is required for the analytical transactions, means historical transactions. But in HANA database, both will be possible in both will be possible in the so one database means online OLAP, so OLTP and OLAP. So this will be possible. These two things will be possible in the in that database. Means TP means transactional processing. AP means analytical processing. These two operations into the single system. Thus, in general, SAP HANA is an online transactional system, transactional and analytical processing system, also known as the hybrid transactional analytical processing system here. Storing the data in main memory rather than disk provides the faster access, faster access here. So normally other databases, how the it will work means if you take the other databases here, right? It will take the other databases, it will store the data, right? So suppose like it's a CPU, memory, then storage disk format here, right? So here what will happen here, CPU, so memory, and so CPU, memory and disk format here. So here what will happen, data will come to the, whenever you request any data, whenever you need some data from the database level for the other databases, first request to go to the CPU to main memory, then main memory to and disk for disk format. In the disk layer it will set something. Why? Because data in the disk layer, disk means your C drive or D drive or E drive, so it will take some time to fetch the data. It will take some time to fetch the data. Once you got the data here, then immediately it will give the response back to the user. Immediately it will give the response back to the user here. This is what other databases we do, right? The same time, if I talk about the HANA database here, same, the CPU and concept, CPU concept here. So then in the main memory itself, you have the data. In main memory itself, you have the data here. So CPU concept is CPU only here. Okay. CPU concept is CPU only here. Then in the main memory means RAM memory here, right? Memory, in the memory itself, we have the data. Data is getting stored. Data is getting stored here, right? So in this case, what is happening here? It will go to the CPU, then it is going to the main memory. Main memory itself, you have the data. Then it will fetch the data in the here itself. Then it will giving the response back to the users here. So then how fast, see, we are we are we are just to avoiding the this kind of data fetches here from main memory to disk and again fetching the disk and giving the back to the users. So that this we are removing, we are avoiding this kind of timelines, we are avoiding in the systems here, this kind of things we are avoiding in the systems. Then see how fast, so we are saving this timeline. So fastly it will grab the data from the database level, it will give the response back to the users, it will give the response back to the users here. That's what this is called the in-memory column-oriented database. This is the one of the fastest database compared to the other databases. This will this is one of the fastest database in the market here. Why? Because it combines the OLAP and OLTP operations into one single system here. One single system here, right? So it performs the advantages. There are a lot of, while storing the data in memory, it it stores it with, there are the many advantages. It more costly from data storage, observing data access patterns up to 80% of data the enterprise system may infrequently accessed here. So therefore, it can be cost effective to store there the data in memory. So warm data, they are separated actually. So that's you will get it out in the upcoming sessions. But main thing is HANA is storing the data in memory. In the memory format, it is storing the data, right? So in the in-memory column-oriented columnar way, it is storing the data here, right? Column-oriented system to store the data in single column in the same location, rather than storing the data in the single row level in the same location. Columnar way, it will store the data. One columnar way, it will store the data. So this can enable the performance improvements for the OLAP queries on the larger data sets, whatever the database are, the larger data sets. Why? Because data performance, how the performance will be improved means, so this is storing the data in the columnar way. In the columnar way, so when the data is storing in the columnar way, so it will pull the data from the database level, and also it will allows the critical, so it will allows the compression mechanisms, to grab the data, so that so on fly we can make the business decisions. There is no aggregations, so there is no aggregations, and there is no redundancy, so that it will grab the data from the database level here, right? So that is the main advantage of the HANA database, is storing the data in memory itself. So accessing the data from the disk is 1 lakh times faster than disk. So if you access the data from here, this is 1 lakh times faster than disk here. That is what the SAP said, like it's a 1 lakh times faster than disk. Why? Because if the data in the disk, it will take longer time. If the data is not in the disk, so if the data is not in the disk in memory, it will take time. Suppose example, if you see here in your C drive, suppose like you have the downloads, if you search here, well, because data everything will be in the here, if you set something here, so it will take some fraction of seconds and everything, so it will take it here, right? Suppose like if you take something here, it will take some time, it will grab the data and everything, it will search it out, right? Suppose if you go to this PC, I need something in the C drive, suppose called the HANA. So why? Because I'm searching in the disk here. See, it is searching. So data searching here. Suppose if you take the same, it is searching something, some keyword I'm searching. So it should display the all the information which is there in the HANA name, HANA word. So it should display the data. But here it's taking some time to search the data here. Why? Because so it is storing the data here. So at the same time, if you use the in-memory concept in the HANA database, in the fraction of milliseconds, you will get the response from the data level. Why? Because but data is storing into the main memory level. That is the main reason here, right? So coming to the HANA, so okay. So now you got it. What is the HANA? HANA is a in-memory column-oriented columnar database. So it's not like that other database. It's a different database to store the data here. It's the latest in-memory database. It perform which can be deployed. HANA, this can be deployed in the on-premises and the cloud also. On premises and cloud also we can deploy it here. HANA is a combination of hardware and software requirement, hardware and software here. So different components, it will integrate the different components like HANA database, SLT for SLT configurations, replication methods. So that many things are, many advantages are there. Basically, many functionalities, many advantages are there in the HANA database here, right? That is the main thing here. So coming to the versions of HANA. What are the versions of HANA here? As of now, as I mentioned here, the latest version is SPS 08. What is that? So initially they have released the 1.0, which means HANA 1.0 SPS 01, right? Up to 12, they have released it in the 1.0, up to 12. So the versions history also very important here. People will ask you the what is the earlier release, the first stable release in the HANA database. So HANA 1.0, SPS 01, so 10, 11, so 12. So these are the versions. Every yearly once SAP will release the new SPS levels, they will release it here, right? That is the main thing here. So in 1.0, these are the versions they are there in the market. So SAP is not supporting these versions currently. Why? Because they have changed the architecture to the 1.0 to the 2.0. So Robo 1.0 to Robo 2.0, how we have the latest technologies, the SAP, sorry, not the SAP, in the movie, latest technology introduced it here, same as like here also. So there the some latest technologies are introduced here as well here. So that's why SAP renamed their brand, renamed it to the SAP 1.0, the 2.0, then SPS 01 is the stable release here in the 2.0. The concept is same in the each and every release here, but only thing is the each and every why SAP will do the updates of the updates of their patches and everything means, so in the each and every versions they will release the, this is the latest in the market. As of now, as of today, this is the latest. In the next 2 years, this is the latest in the market here. HANA 2.0 SPS 08 is the latest in the market here, the versions of the HANA. The changes between HANA 1.0 2.0 is the, so the tenant level, the system multi tenant databases concept SAP introduced it here. So what is this database means, I will explain it. But in the HANA 2.0 SPS 08 is the latest one. That is the latest one here. So it's a hybrid in-memory database. Why I call it as the hybrid in-memory database means, hybrid means what? We can also install the HANA database in the on-premises, means our own premises here, on-prem, and on cloud also we can store the data. On premises and on cloud also we can store the data here. So HANA database is the heart of the HANA memory, in-memory technology. For the main HANA database, what is the crucial part, important part is, so what is the heart for HANA database is the in-memory technology. Because of the in-memory technology only, nowadays everybody, every customer are using the HANA database for their business to store the data. So why? Because any databases will store the data, but HANA database will store the data, and within fraction of milliseconds you will get the results from the HANA database here. So that is the reason HANA on fly we can make the data, on fly we can make the business decision. Normal database tables are the two types, row store tables and column store tables. But here, columnar way only it will store the data here. Say platform, development platform with the in-memory data to stores which customers to analyze the large volume of data in the real time. So HANA platform works as a development platform. It provides the infrastructure, tools and everything here, right? So that is the, coming to the versions, these are the versions are there. Each and every the latest versions SAP will include the always new enhancements of the new enhancements as per their businesses, and so bug fixes, so new changes they will introduce in the latest patch levels, always that is the thing here in the latest patch levels here, right? So that is the main thing in the here ANA SPS 08 latest technologies here, right? That is the versions of the HANA database here. So coming to the HANA in the market, when they have HANA SAP released the HANA database into the market, they have released the different type of editions they have released it here. Different type of editions they have released it here. Editions, HANA editions. Normally, when you release the book into the market, So you will not only release one edition, right? There are the multiple editions you will release it. Suppose example movie. When you are releasing the same movie in the OTT platforms and OTT some other platforms and OTT, and also you will release into the in some media, the YouTube and everything, you have the different options, right? In the YouTube you will get the more ad breaks and everything. Other OTT platforms you will get the less, but content is same. But the releases of the versions are different, platforms are different here, right? So in the HANA edition, there are the three editions they have. Majorly if we talk about the different type of editions, in that HANA, SAP HANA platform edition, platform edition here. The next one is the SAP HANA enterprise edition. The third one is called the SAP HANA, so extended edition here. So there are the three editions SAP released into the market here. Three editions SAP released into the market here. So normally all these three editions, it will provide the common core technologies. It will provide it common database. So database in this edition also you will get the database client. But in the some editions you will get the latest features and everything here, like a OTT platform, something like that. This is a common YouTube channel. This is the OTT platforms. You will get the other movies also. Here also different type of OTT platforms like this. So but common functionality of this platforms is we can browse the movies, we can watch the movies which is readily it is released, right? Same thing is here, right? in the in the HANA platform editions, in the HANA platform editions here. So in the HANA editions, what is the latest functionalities? What are the differences between these three editions here? What are the differences between the three editions here? If I talk about the platform edition here, the core database technology, you will get the core database technology. So like, so HANA DB, you will get it out. DB software, HANA client, HANA studio, DB software, HANA studio, HANA client. So then all the softwares you will get it out. Then you will also get the HANA related all the client packages, add-ons, plugins, everything. So I can say like add-ons and plugins, you will get it out here, right? So this is the common for everything, common for the every database, that is the common, right? So then if you take the enterprise edition license, if you take this license here, you will get all those things. Plus additionally you will get the replication functionalities, the SLT replication, plus then the DXC database extractor replications, plus then so the BODS related license also you will get it out here. So these are the additional functionalities you will get it out here, which means if you take the license if you take the enterprise edition license, in one license you will get the all the functionalities, you will get it out, all the softwares you will get it out. Suppose if you take this one, this you will get it out. Tomorrow you have a requirement to like a replication configurations, then you need to additionally purchase the license. This license and this license you will be more costly here. Then if you convert from platform to the enterprise edition, then all in one pack, all in one pack here, then you no need to pay the extra money, you can save some money as well here. That's why we have the enterprise edition concept here, enterprise edition concept here, right? So at the same time, if we take the extended edition here, Anna, extended edition here, Anna, extended edition here. So all you will get it out same as like here. Additionally here also, what you will get here, additionally, so the Sybase replication. This is one of the additional license cost here. Then HANA, the load controller. This is also you will get here, which means so If you have the requirement, have the Sybase replication server also, then you can take the this package, you can take it out. So that when you take this license, you will also get the all the functionalities, including Sybase also, you will get it out. In one license, you will get the all the full-fledged functionalities. So you no need to do the additional things and everything here, right? So that is the one thing here, enterprise edition here, enterprise extended enterprise edition here, right? So sir, I don't have this I don't have requirement on this one. If unnecessarily, if I take it, I need to pay the more money, then I can go with this one, means you can take it out. Sir, I have a requirement, means then you can take this one. Sir, I don't have any requirement of these things, I have only HANA databases, then I can go with this one, means you can take it this one. You don't have to pay any additional money to anyone, right? So this is the three editions the SAP released into the market here. Three editions SAP released into the market. In the three editions, the difference is commonly you will get the DB client, studio add-ons and plugins, studio add-ons and plugins, all the functional DB functionalities you will get. Additionally, if your company having some requirement on the SLT and DXE, that time you need the these details here. You need the so details here. You need the these details you required here. That is the reason you need the. So if you want to separately, if you purchase the separately, then you need to pay the additional amount, additional license, right? HANA database is the proprietary commercial software here. Additional license we have to provide it here, right? So that is the differences here. Sir, why I have to choose the HANA database? Why to choose HANA database? So, simple terms, HANA is a next generation in-memory business platform. It's accelerate the analytics and application into the single and in-memory platform. In-memory platform here. So it's a real-time speed data provisioning, speed's perspective. It's the high speed processing the massive amount of data, and also we can deploy in the cloud, and also the cost wise, so it's a very reduced. It's a very cost wise also it's a very less here. There are the multiple advantages, multiple reasons why to choose the HANA database here, right? So it's a in-memory column oriented. It's a real-time data reporting functionalities are there. Real-time data reporting. So SAP HANA has many process on the here, right? So many process. Sir, which operating systems it will support? HANA, it won't support the Windows machines. It's only Linux operating system only. Why? Because it's a all the data it is residing into the in memory. So Windows it won't support that much of memory support. So only the Linux operating systems will support. That's why we will discuss. We have to discuss about the some Linux commands as well here, right? So that is the main thing of HANA advantages. Advantages was if I talk about the so in memory technologies, so that user can explore, analyze the all the transactional and analytical data in the real time from here. So data can be aggregated from the many sources here. Real time replication services can be used here, right? There are the many things, many advantages are there here. It is the HANA in memory column oriented columnar database. So here, sir, that's theoretically this and all the fine. To install the HANA database, what we required. So we need to discuss about the software requirement and hardware requirement here. Then also we need to discuss about the difference between 1.0 and 2.0. And also we need to discuss about the so in the 2.0 concept, and so what are the softwares, what are the hardware's requirement. This hardware requirement is very important here. Why? Because HANA we have to install only certified hardware vendors only. So this is very important, this is also very important. Okay, that we'll see, we'll discuss on that tomorrow. Why? Because today is the first class, so I think everybody, so it's a very theoretical topic, right? Maybe you may get some feel like boring concept, so that's why I'm stopping here. So if any questions, you can ask me for the HANA related things.
Ravi, that PE and EXE, right? So real time customer is going with which of the
Platform
platform?
edition.
Yeah,
Platform.
yeah,
Most of the
platform. Okay,
customers they choose the platform edition only.
okay.
Sir, I have a question. HANA is in-memory database, so it saves data in RAM only.
RAM only.
We all know that if we shut down the computer, data will delete from RAM. So how
Yes.
it store data then? I mean, if
Yeah. So one copy of data actually is there is a concept is called the delta merge concept and save point in the HANA database. Upcoming you will get it out. So HANA will store the data in memory itself only, but one copy of data it will store at file system level as well. File system level also it will store the data. So it will store the data here itself. Then the data the processing is gone here. Then another data will store here, but there is an internal mechanism to store the one copy of data in the file system level as well. File system level means /n data /n log folder operating system level. So, so here it will store the data file system level also. So, but data it store here and it will retrieve from main memory one copy of data store here as well. Why means HANA RAM memory is the volatile memory. HANA RAM is the volatile memory. In case of some crash happened in the HANA, so then entire data will be gone. Why? Because in the RAM memory, whatever the data is there, when you restart it, all the data will be deleted here. So to avoid that kind of things, so one copy of data will store into the in the file system level. Whenever you are starting the HANA database, same data will be reloaded to the main memory again. So that is the reason when you start the HANA database, in immediately your database will not come to online status. It will take some time. Why? Because all the data should be loaded from the disk format, disk layer to the main memory. Then database will come to the online status. So it will delete it, but again it will be reloaded to the main memory by, so in the disk layer it is storing the data, right? Again it will be reloaded.
And where that buffer concept will come here?
Which
Buffer,
buffers?
that hit and miss that we talking about, right? Buffer means when we are initially searching something, then first it will go to the buffer. It is searching there.
That is
Then
the
that
SAP level. SAP level topic and HANA level topic. Don't merge it here. SAP level, we have the application level, we have the buffers. So
buffer
it will take from the application level. Okay.
application level.
If you mix both SAP and DB, you will get confused.
Okay, that is application level.
Application level, we have the buffers.
Okay.
Database level, in memory, anyhow, in memory level, in memory will act as a buffers here. So a database level already data is there in the HANA database level in the in memory. So fastly it will go to the main memory. It will pull the data. Then one copy of data again it will store into the SS application buffers. Then it will give the response back to the users. So
And
if I
sir,
talk
this
about the SAP application layer, this is application layer. This is the database layer, HANA database. In application layer, we have the buffers here. So first it will check, application will check in the buffers, no data, it will go to the database level, HANA database level, it will grab the data from the main memory. Then one copy of data, it will puts into the buffer and it will provide the data to the users.
and sir, this backup when it happens, like we upload new data, it goes to
Backup that
the
is
RAM.
depends upon the our scheduling timelines.
Okay,
Night time it
okay,
will happen actually. Every
okay,
night data will be backed up.
okay, understood.
So data like night time we will take the DB backups, but because all the data will resides into the HANA database level. So in night time we will take the backup, right? That data will be backed up. So night time. Why? Because night time you have the less load. Why? Because when taking the backup, there is some load on the database side, some performance on the database side. So during the business hours, if you take the backup, so that will impact the system performance and users. So that's why every day night, so your data will be backed up.
Buffer is a memory, right? This
Buffer
buffer
is a,
application.
yeah, buffer is the temporary storage area only. It's kind of a temporary storage area. It will store the frequently accessed data.
And once user transaction done, then it's getting released that memory.
The user buffer will be released.
Okay.
Here, the difference between S4 HANA and HANA. Sorry, Guru Prasad, your voice is low. Here, the difference between this S4 HANA and HANA. S4 HANA is the application, HANA is the database. But S4 application will dedicatedly to run only on the HANA database. That's why we will call it as the S4 HANA. Like ERP, it is a application S4 HANA. Yeah, like that SAP, ECC, BW, CRM, SRM, S4 HANA, BW4 HANA, like that we have the applications that will sit on the HANA database.
So backup happens every day automatically, or we have to do everyday backup manually?
Automatically. Manually also we can take it out.
Okay.
Automatically also we can take it out, or manually also we can take it out if required.
What is the maximum memory like it will store on the in memory?
16 terabyte RAMs are there. 16 TB RAMs are there in the market. Up to
Okay.
16 TB you can store the data. 1 TB means it's a 1000 GB. 16 TB means you can assume how much. So how much of data it is storing here. So maybe they may extend also there. Maybe some hardware vendors like HP, Lenovo, Fujitsu, some other things they are planning to take extending the memory, the RAM sizes also here. So but till now 16 TB I think. Let me see. HANA. We go to the HANA certified hardware vendors, you will get the list. There you can find out the how much memory certified hardware vendors. So we can install only HANA database in the certified hardware vendors only, not your own favorite vendor. So certified here, there are the certified vendors are there. You need to install the HANA database in the certified vendors. So the certified vendors will provide the some RAM sizes here. See 32 TB. Yeah, it's earlier it's just 60 to 16 only, but 32 TB. See here. So based upon the requirement, so you have the 32 TB here. Who is the vendors means these are the vendors here. Cisco, Google, so like Dell, Atas, Hitachi, Lenovo, these are the hardware vendors who will provide the hardware. So we have to procure the hardware from these vendors only. So then we can install these things here. Right? You can see the maximum memory 16 TB.
So in memory can hold up to 32 TB of size.
32 terabyte, yes.
Yeah,
Means
got it.
only 32 TB only. But
Yeah,
let's
got
see
it.
who will provide this 32 TB vendors. Okay, only cloud providers. Only cloud six providers actually. Atas, AWS, Google. Yeah, why? Because Google only, the cloud providers only will provide a lot of memory. So in the 32 TB, oh my God, 32 TB means it's more infrastructure providers. And HP also providing. Okay, HP, Atas, AWS, and GCP. Okay, these vendors are providing the 32 TB, not the GB, 32 TB. Okay, good.
Yeah, last
Got
week
it.
we
Thank you.
built one system as 22 TB, Ravinder.
Yeah. So yeah, in the cloud side, there is no restrictions. We can use it, but so only some customers only provide the 32 GB only, 32 TB only. So some customers they won't provide this much of. Why? Because maybe if you talk about the Cisco,